Mm. Morning. Still waiting for folks to join in, it looks like. Excuse me. All right, you guys, I'm going to wait just a couple more minutes. We did have some folks registered today. No one has joined in yet. And this is recording. It's been recording me running around and stuff. But I'm going to give it just a minute in case we have folks join in. That light's window is really bright back there. I'm going to text someone that I know was attending just to see if they can get in. All right, I'm giving a couple more minutes. See if folks are going to join in live. This is a weekly class that's live from 9:30 to 10:30. We used to do this Facebook Live, and we've recently switched to Zoom, so it's a bit of a learning curve both for the teachers and I think for folks joining in, because it means you have to register and log in instead of just popping on Facebook. And we also have a class on Saturdays at 9:30. And Danielle and I share this class. We alternate teaching on Tuesdays for this 9:30 to 10:30 class. So again, I'm just kind of killing time here for a few minutes to see if other folks join in. And we do record all these classes. So if you can't make it live, you can still go online to the website. And if that's what you're doing for this, if you're playing, then of course you can have fast forwarded through the talking and the waiting here. And we'll get started in just a minute. Let's see what my person says. All right. All right, most of our classes don't start like this with me just staring at the screen, but I've had 2 classes where folks have been able to successfully log in, and Danielle did have one class where this similar thing happened. So I'm just having somebody try to log in while we're waiting to see if it's an error on my end or on the Bounty and Soul end, technical end, or if we just had a situation where the folks that were registered today couldn't make it. We shall see. So you guys, I think I am going to log out and log back in just in case there is an error happening. And also that way the recording won't have all of this just stuff on here. I don't want to mess anything up though. All right. Just checking in with that person. Okay. All right. Well, it feels a little weird to start without folks joining in, and hopefully it's not that people are waiting, trying to get in. I keep my phone. I don't usually do this, you guys, but I'm going to have my phone on just in case someone is messaging me trying to get in. And so here we are starting, about 7 minutes in. And just a reminder, this is a gentle class for all bodies, and feel free to modify as needed. So that means if what feels right for you is, modifying in one direction or the other. So less intensity, more intensity, feel free to do that. Or if what you need is just to be in child's pose or on your back or in some other position than what I'm suggesting, really, really encourage you to listen to your body, listen to what you need, and do that. Like show up just how you need to, and join in as you need to or would like to. All right, so I'm gonna scooch back. We're actually gonna start on our backs today, and we'll make sure we're okay on the sound. All right, so we're gonna start on our backs. And if anyone's ever in a chair, I provide a modification for that. Give me 1 second, guys. A little stay is just being a little challenging. Spilled my beverage. All right, give me just a second, you guys. Wow, so this is the yoga off the mat, right? When you start your class or your day with an unexpected spill of your water in your beautiful cup. So you guys go ahead and get on your back. And we'll meet you over there in just a second. Go ahead and lie down on your back, stretching the arms long overhead. Oh gosh, you guys, I'm really tempted to just start this over, but I think I'm gonna leave because this is real life, right? Real life is doing your thing and spill your drink or what's not. I'm just having the craziest technological day too. Music's going out. There we go. All right. So let's finally get on our back, you guys. See me okay? Yeah. All right. With just a pillow under my head, mostly so it's a little easier to see the camera. While I'm doing this, I may remove this, but you can always have a little folded blanket under your head if that feels good. I wouldn't use anything too squishy or too high up. And inhale, lengthening the arms overhead if you haven't already done so. Stretching the heels away from you, fingertips away from you over your head, and then relax the shoulders. Inhale and exhale through the mouth. Inhale long, exhale. One more like that. And then coming back, drawing both knees into the chest, gently rocking from side to side. And then we're gonna extend the left leg long, drawing the right knee into the chest. And just making some circles with the knee. So you can have your hands interlaced under, like behind the knee or in front. And go in both directions. And then we're gonna draw that knee into the chest. Extend the leg long. So if you like, or if it's needed for your lower back or your hamstrings are really tight, you can bend this left knee or you can have it extended long. We're going to extend that heel, point the toe, flex the foot, point and flex, point and flex. Inhale, then exhale, lowering that right foot down. Again, left leg can be extended or left knee can be bent. On an exhale, draw the knee back into the chest. Option to lift the head up towards the knee, but then lower it if you did lift. Extend that leg long once again. Point and flex or find circles. Inhale, and as you exhale, lower down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw the knee into the chest. So let's do that a couple more times at your own pace. I'm going to check my text and just see if anybody's trying to log in. This is such a weird technology day, you guys. And extend long. Exhale, lower. Inhale, and then exhale, draw it in. Next time that you find yourself with that right knee drawn into the chest, you're going to hold here. Inhale, and then as you exhale, we're going to draw the right knee across the body for a stretch, a twist, stretch, cat stretch. So extending the arms out to the side. Your arms are extended out in a T. Your right leg is crossing over the body, coming towards the floor. That knee may and lower leg might be coming all the way to the floor. It might not. If you have a bolster or blanket here, you can tuck that up underneath the knee for support. Relax the right shoulder. And coming back to center. Draw the left knee into the chest, gently rocking from side to side. And extend the right leg long this time. Relaxing the shoulders. Relaxing the lower back. Remember, you can bend that right leg or keep it extended. We'll start with it bent. And then we're going to extend the left leg up, pointing and flexing, making circles. Inhale as you exhale, lower down. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale as you draw the knee to the chest. Inhale as you lengthen the leg, pointing and flexing, making circles. Inhale, exhale, lower down. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale as you draw it in. So a couple more times at your own pace. And then we'll meet, drawing that left knee into the chest. You guys stay where you are. I'm going to turn around just because it's easier to demonstrate from the side here. So left knee is drawn into the chest. Inhale, and as you exhale, we're going to draw that left leg across the body, coming into a twist. Move my bolster that's now wet from my spillage, you guys. And then lower the left shoulder to the floor. So that left leg's coming over. Again, a weird angle. And slowly coming back. Drawing both knees into the chest. And we're gonna find our way to seated, gently rocking and rolling. So if that doesn't feel good to the spine, you can roll over to one side and gently push yourself up. Or if it feels okay, it might feel good to rock and roll the length of the spine. And we'll meet in seated. I'm just going to check here, you guys, see if anybody has joined in. It's not, which I find to be odd. So, well, we will just keep recording for today, and hopefully there's not people that were trying to get in today that were unable to, but we'll address that. Let's see. All right, so coming to seated. And it might feel good to sit on a bolster or I'm saying on a meditation cushion. You can also take a blanket or a towel and fold it so it's nice and flat. It's going to give you a similar support as a bolster. I would not use a pillow unless it's really a firm pillow. A towel or blanket works well because you want that surface area to be nice and even and pretty flat. All right, so let's come into some circles here. In Kundalini yoga, we call these Sufi grinds. Really thinking about the pelvic bowl staying right still in the center, and the spine is moving like a spoon in a bowl. So as with everything that we're doing, you guys, all the movements, the pace is up to you. So if I'm going slower or faster, feel free to go at the pace that feels right for your body or experiment with it. Try it a little faster, try it a little slower. Don't change directions. I will say that regardless of the pace, it's really good to always move in both directions when we're doing a thing, and to always do both sides, just so we're not lopsided, unless you have an injury on one side. And if that's the case, you can always ask about modifications. And coming to center. Inhale forward, exhale, tucking chin towards the chest. Inhale forward. Inhale through the nostrils. Exhale, squeeze the belly towards the spine. Exhale through the nostrils. And coming back to center. Inhaling, and as you exhale, releasing the chin towards the chest. Find the right ear to right shoulder. So if you have any neck injuries, you might want your neck circles to just be going from right ear, right shoulder to left ear and back, or if it feels okay, if it feels good and safe for your neck, you can go all the way around. Inhaling as you come up, exhaling as you come down, and changing direction. Coming back to center. Inhaling, shoulders up, exhaling down and around. Inhale up, exhale forward, so we're just changing the direction. Oh, that feels so good, you guys. And then we're gonna draw the shoulders up towards the ears. Inhale up. Exhale, release through the mouth with a sigh. Inhale. Nice. All right, and then let's stretch the jaw out a little bit. So inhale through the nostrils, exhale. And maybe even do a little massage here. Little circles on the jaw. Bringing the, opening the fingers and bringing them behind the ears. Just gently pulling down. Bring the hands to the back of the neck, a little massage here. And butterfly, hands to the front of the neck. Now I'm just tapping from the collarbones out to the edges of the shoulders. All right, now let's come into tabletop. So coming onto hands and knees, if you know that it's helpful for you to have a blanket under your knees and just kind of blanket or a towel, or you can fold your mat if your kneecaps don't like being right on your mat or your mat's not very thick. And then we're gonna inhale, lifting the chin, lifting the tailbone. Exhale, pressing the palms into the floor, chin towards the chest, navel towards the spine. Inhale, lift, allow the belly to drop. Exhale. And then you can keep going with that if that's feeling really good, or invitation to find some additional movement here, maybe bending the elbows and moving from side to side. You can hear my dog going crazy in the background because apparently it's just that kind of day, you guys. And then coming back to neutral. Inhale here, we're gonna come into another little flow. Exhale, lower the tailbone down toward the ankles, child's pose. And then as we inhale, we're gonna slide along the floor, coming up back to our cow, and then pushing into the floor with the palms. Exhale, back to child's pose. Inhale, nose skims the floor. Inhale, up. Exhale. So again, finding your pace with this, moving the breath, allowing the breath to move with the body. Because as you exhale and draw the belly in, there's a little more room as you come into that child's pose. And then let's come all the way back into a child's pose. So knees can be together or spread wide. If you have any knee injury or pressure, doesn't feel good on the belly, you can spread the knees wide. That'll give the little more space for the body, and the head can rest maybe on the floor or cross your arms, head can rest there. We'll stay here for about 5 breaths. And those breaths are inhaling through the nostrils, feeling the belly expand, exhaling, drawing the belly in towards the spine. Maybe that allows you to go a little bit deeper into the pose, even if that's just energetically, or it might be physically as well. A couple more breaths here. And then slowly pushing up. So we're going to come into tabletop. Let's do a little, maybe a couple of cat-cows just to reset here. Inhale as you exhale, squeeze left shoulder towards the left hip. Coming back to center, squeezing right shoulder to right hip. We're going to come into downward facing dog and then to a forward fold and to standing. So if downward facing dog is not part of your practice, then you can just start making your way to a forward fold, and we'll and meet us there. Or if downward facing dog is already part of your practice, or you're wanting it to be, then let's move through that. So from tabletop, we're gonna curl the toes under, begin to slowly lift the tailbone. So if your hamstrings are really tight, you might want to keep a super bend in the knees here and just kind of slowly begin to bicycle it out a little. You might even stay with your knees bent. If that's the case, really think about spreading the palms wide, rotating the shoulder blades down the back. If it's an option, if it's available to you, to straighten the legs, send the heels towards the floor and lift the tailbone. And nice exhale, lift the tailbone, press the palms into the floor. And then we're going to begin to walk the hands back. So coming into a forward fold, I'm just moving my blanket out of the way. And maybe just swing from side to side. Inhaling halfway up. Exhaling lower down. Hands on shins or thighs, halfway up. Exhale, lower down. One more time, halfway up. Exhale, lower down. And then slowly, I'm gonna unfurl like one of those little fiddle ferns. Slowly coming to standing. And then I think I might need to adjust my camera a little bit, you guys, so that you can see me standing. All right. I wish you guys were live with me here so you could give me feedback. I hope you can hear me okay all the way back here. All right. So making any adjustments and coming to standing, feet are hip width apart. which is about the distance of 2 fists. So just noticing that. And then we're gonna do some side stretches. So inhaling, center, exhale, stretching to the left, inhale, center, exhale, right. We're gonna start with just arms down by our sides. Inhale, center, exhale. And then inhaling the arms overhead. Inhale, as you exhale, we're gonna stretch towards the left. Inhale, center, stretch towards the right. Inhale, center, stretch. We're just switching sides here. And then we're gonna inhale, center, arms are overhead. Exhale, we're gonna twist towards the right with a slight bend in the right leg. Inhale, center. Exhale, turning towards the left, slight bend in the left leg. Inhale, up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, twist. And twist. And coming back to center. Inhale. We're going to bring the right hand to the heart. I'm going to make sure I don't knock anything down because it's just been that kind of day, you guys. So left hand goes back while right hand's on the heart. And then exhale, left hand goes to the chest, right arm goes back. Inhale, left arm back. Exhale, right. Inhale, left arm back. Exhale, right. So again, the pace is yours. You could go a little faster and really kind of get the heart rate up, belly pumping, or you can make it really slow, almost like a Tai Chi kind of movement. Either way, we're opening the heart, we're opening the chest and these pectoralis muscles, or even get some opening here in the hips that you can probably feel. All right, and coming back to center, we're gonna do, we've been doing a lot of hip opening. We started off with that twist for the hips and the circles with the hips. So this is gonna be another nice stretch for the hips. If you know that when you come into a forward fold that you need some support, your hands aren't gonna go all the way to the floor, you could use a chair here. Or a blocker bolster. So standing, coming to standing. We're gonna cross the right leg over the left. So right ankle is squeezing towards the inside of the left ankle. Right knee is in front of the left knee and you're squeezing that right knee towards the left knee. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, we're gonna fold forward with a straight spine. Lifting the tailbone. Still squeezing the knee, top knee towards the back knee. So if your hamstrings are really tight, your forward fold might be up here, and that's fine. Again, you could use a chair or your sofa, even a countertop. But you're actively squeezing this whole time that you're folding, and then slowly coming up. So you're feeling this potentially in your IT band here. So we're gonna come to the other side. So grounding down, feet on the floor. We're gonna cross the left foot over the right. Again, squeezing this time the left knee squeezing towards the right knee, ankles squeezing towards one another. Inhaling up, exhale, hinging at the hip, folding forward, lifting the tailbone. Oh yeah, and you'll feel your hamstrings and your IT band. I'm a lot tighter on my right side. I'm feeling that stretch. Release the head. And then slowly coming back up. Inhale up, stretch long. Exhale, coming back to that forward fold. And if you still got some support here, some height, you can use that again. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. If you didn't have that, you could just be using your hands on the shins or thighs. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. And let's just hang for a minute again here. And then we're going to walk it back out to that downward facing dog. Modification could be just to come on down in the tabletop. We're going to stay in downward dog for a couple breaths, spreading the fingers wide, allowing the weight to go through all the finger pads, not just into the wrists, lifting the tailbone, sending the heels towards the floor, or keeping a bend. There's nothing wrong with bending the knees if your hamstrings are tight. Inhale, and as you exhale, we're going to come down onto our belly. So your choice, you can come down into tabletop. If chaturanga and lowering down is part of your practice, you can come down that way. You can start to build that strength by lowering down from the knees onto the belly. Or you can just flop on down. No wrong way, you guys. And I want to do a little time check since we got started late today. Okay. All right, so let's come onto the belly and let's cross the arms. Make sure you guys can see me okay. Okay, so we're gonna bend the knees and let the legs fall from one side to the other. Cross back and forth like an X. And then we're going to come into Sphinx pose. So Sphinx pose, the elbows are directly beneath the shoulders. Forearms are pressing into the floor. Palms are pressing into the floor. Lifting up, chest lifts, relaxing the belly into the mat, tops of the feet pressing into the floor. If this is too much for your neck, you can release the head forward, but see if you can still keep the chest up. Like I'm at kind of a strange angle. And then slowly lower down, crossing the arms, turning the head to the opposite side, and allowing the feet to go back and forth once again. You guys stay on your belly. Windshield wiper in the feet. I'm going to adjust a little bit. You can see a little better. All right, that's a little better. Okay, so we're going to come back up into Sphinx pose. Walk the feet away towards the end of the mat. Tops of the feet on the mat. So stay here, or option to come into crocodile, which is spreading the feet a little wider towards the corners of the mat. Hand comes to the top corners of the mat and then pressing up. So if this does not feel good to your lower back, you can stay in Sphinx. I have a pretty tight lower back right now, and this feels really nice in my lower back. So intentionally thinking about pressing the belly into the mat, releasing the belly into the mat, releasing any tension in the shoulders and the lower back, dropping the shoulders. And then release down. All right. So we're gonna just do a little, not full bow pose, but a half bow stretch on each side. Just make sure we've got enough room here. So we're gonna extend the right arm long in front of you. The head can be resting on the mat. You're gonna bend the left leg back, reaching back for the left foot. Keeping the knee towards midline, that bent knee towards the midline of the body, drawing the heel towards the chest. That right arm is extended out in front of you. So you can stay right here. You can also use a strap, a towel, a belt, if it's not available to you to grab the top of the foot or ankle. And then option here, you can ground down through that right hand, pressing that right palm into the floor, lifting the upper body, drawing the heel towards the tailbone. So if you're working towards full bow pose, or even if you're not, it can be interesting. If you're already practicing bow, it can be interesting to notice the difference from one side of the body to the other. And then slowly release. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So extending the left arm out in front of you this time. Gonna bend the right leg. I'll switch sides. That'll be easier for y'all to see. All right, so left arm's out in front of you this time. You're bending the right leg, reaching back to grab the top of the foot or ankle. Again, you could use a strap, a towel, a belt, a scarf if this isn't available, or just have it bent as far as is comfortable. So initially just a few breaths here. We're breathing into the lower back, relaxing, breathing into the quadriceps if those are tight. That's the front muscles on the top of your leg. And you can stay here, or option to ground down through the left palm, lifting the upper body as you draw the right heel in. And make sure you're breathing. It's easy to forget, right? And slowly release. You want to release that really slowly, not just send it flailing back, right? And then one more time, just releasing the head. And just allowing the feet to move back and forth. Crossing at the ankles. And then pushing, bringing the palms directly below the shoulders, beginning to push your way up and push on back through cow pose, coming all the way back into child's pose again. And if you have a blanket or bolster or something for support, invitation here to use that. So you can bring that underneath the head and the chest. And turning the head to one side. We'll hang out here for about a minute. So do whatever you need to do to get really comfy. As I mentioned before, spreading the knees wide is a modification. If this is hard on your knees, also tucking a blanket behind the knees here. So before you lower down, you roll a blanket and tuck it in there. Turn your head to the other side. Another modification would be to pack this up even higher with another blanket or bolster so that you're not having as much of a forward fold, and not as much pressure on the knees. And slowly coming up, finding your way onto your back again. Moving stuff around as needed. I'm gonna just grabbing my phone so I can watch our time. Okay. And making sure we can see each other. All right, so walking the feet to the outer edges of the mat. Extending the arms out to the side in a T. Inhale, and as you exhale, allowing the knees to fall to the right, head to the left. Inhale, center, knees fall to the left, head to the right. Inhale, center, exhale. So a few more of these. If it's feeling really good to hang out on one side, you can stay there. Or if it feels good to speed it up a little, do that. And then coming back to center. Feet are still on the outer edges of the mat here. And you're going to allow the knees to fall and rest in on one another. So the knees fall in to rest on each other. The lower back, gently pressing the lower back into the mat, slightly tucking the tailbone. What's happening here is as it's an opportunity for sort of kind of the pelvis to open a little, lower back to open and release a little. And we'll do in one more hip opener. So bringing the right ankle to the left knee. Pausing here for a moment. We're going into figure four. So even if you know where we're headed and love that, pause here. Bring the right hand to the crease of the right hip and gently press the right thigh down towards the floor and away from you. And breathe into that stretch. And now, if you'd like, you can stay right there too if that's feeling really good and you're wanting to be gentle today. Option is to needle through, hands underneath that left knee or in front. And you can give yourself an adjustment here too by using the right elbow to gently press down on the right thigh. Couple more breaths here as you draw the left knee in, pressing the top of the right thigh out. And then releasing the left foot to the floor, extending the arms out to the side. Inhale as you exhale, right ankle staying on the left knee, left foot stays on the floor. Inhale as you exhale, we're allowing that left leg to fall to the floor and the right leg's coming over. So right foot's coming to the floor here. Arms are to the side, relaxing the right shoulder. Breathe into the belly. Option to take the left hand and grab a hold of the right ankle and lift the right arm overhead. Or you can stay in that side stretch. And coming back to center. You guys stay where you are to switch legs. I'm going to turn around just because I think it demos a little easier from the side. All right, so this time the left ankle is coming to rest on the right knee. And again, before we draw the right knee into the chest, bring the left hand to the crease of the hip here and gently pressing the left hip away from the body and down towards the mat. So really feeling that stretch all along the IT band. You might even feel that into the lower back. And then just asking yourself, do you want to stay here working with this stretch, or is it okay? Does the body say yes to, on an exhale, drawing the right knee into the chest? And finding a few breaths here, relaxing the shoulders. Releasing the left foot to the floor, extending the arms out to the side. Inhaling here, and as you exhale, the left ankle stays on the right knee as it lowers down. Left foot lands on the floor. You can stay here with your arms to the side, or you can grab the right. Yeah, you can use the right hand to grab the left ankle and left arm overhead. And then slowly coming back to center. Drawing the knees into the chest. Once again, gently rocking from side to side. Maybe bringing the hands behind the head. And we'll do a little, just some really gentle bicycles. You can have the head relax on the floor, or you can lift the head up, your choice. No problem to leave it down. And you could speed this up a little or go faster. Going slower is almost a little harder then, because you don't have gravity helping you. You could also have your hands underneath the sacrum if you prefer to having them over under your head. And just a couple more here. Bringing the knees back to the chest, extending the legs up as close to 90 degrees as possible, pointing and flexing, pointing and flexing. And then releasing the feet to the floor. Taking a moment to find any other movement that you feel like your body needs before Shavasana. I'm popping up to seated for a time check and to change the music, but you guys stay on your back if you need a bridge pose or maybe happy baby. And then as you're ready, coming on to, or we're already on the back, but extend the arms overhead just like we did. At the beginning of class. So stretching long. I'm just noticing all the places where the body is coming into contact with the mat and the floor. Noticing how the body might feel different than when we began. And then releasing the arms by your sides, palms facing up. And just allowing yourself to be in this moment just as you need to be, just with all of the other movements and poses and asanas. If being on your back is not comfortable for you, or there's ways that you need to modify, you can put something under your head, you can put something under your knees. You can be seated or on your belly. Energetically, Shavasana can be a receiving pose, right? Like our heart is open, our palms are open and receiving. We're close to the earth. So it has its benefits, but if that's not comfortable for you, the invitation is always there to modify and find that comfort, find that ease. Whatever shape that you are in, however you are lying down or seated, just allowing yourself to be still, allowing this moment of integration after intentional movement, intentional breath, intentional stillness. Knowing that even a gentle practice, any practice, even just breathing with intention, creates an opportunity within us to increase and build our space and capacity. So that is physically, right? Physically, we're creating more space, we're lengthening the muscles, we're moving lymphatic fluid and blood through the body, oxygenizing the blood. Our capacity is increased because we're building strength and muscle memory. And one of the exciting things I think about our practice is that not only are we building that space and capacity, I was just talking about this with a coaching client yesterday, not only are we building that space and capacity in the physical body, we're building that space and capacity in our energetic body, the subtle body, energetic field, and also with our mental capacity, right? We just feel more spacious, right? That feeling of being confined, of increased pressure, most of the time is not a good feeling, right? So finding space, building capacity, building strength, even on the most subtle levels and in the most subtle increments, it's happening. Maybe noticing in your own body where you might feel that increase in space. And if you're not feeling that, then just where would you like to? What parts of the body are calling for that? Just making note. your mind's eye, maybe even visualizing, what does it look like? What does increasing space and capacity look like in your body physically? What does it look like in your life and your relationships to be able to show up that way? Just thanking your body for all that it's done, for the information, the rest, charge. Stretching the arms overhead once again. Inhaling, exhale, coming on to one side. And slowly pressing up, coming into seated. As slowly as you need to. Bring the hands together. Feeling that heat. And then bring the hands together at heart center. And just noticing, again, noticing what there is to notice. And perhaps pausing just in a moment of gratitude. Gratitude to yourself for taking the time to show up. Hopefully this is recorded successfully since we've had such an odd technological day. And still giving gratitude for continuing on through the challenges, right? And it's in that spirit of gratitude that we close the day. Peace to all, light to all, love to all. Sat Nam, Namaste. Thank you. I hope you all have a wonderful day. And I hope next week we have a little less technological challenges. Hopefully everything is recorded okay. And you can access this video and any of the other recorded classes at any time and join us live on Tuesdays at 9:30. The Zoom link is on the Bounty and Soul webpage, or Saturdays at 9:30. Thank you guys. Be well.